So I got these markers at Michael's during the holidays. Normally I use Copics, which are pretty damn expensive. I was trying to look for a cheaper alternative and to pad out some colors that I use a lot, like red and blues. They seem pretty solid. The biggest red flag for me though was these were made in China. But then when the representative went in the back and grabbed these were actually made in Japan. So I grabbed them for sure. One side is chisel, the other side is fine. This is only a primary set, but you know, for I think it was $11, it was quite a steal. So I'm just gonna try to test it out right now. Just give me a minute while I put this on. Hopefully that'll stay still. And I'm just gonna look for something that I haven't colored yet in my portfolio. Try it on this piece that I did last year. I already made a digital scan of it, so it's already digitally colored, so I don't mind trying it on this one. And let's erase some pencils out of here. Yeah, I gotta fix this table. You know, let's try it on Carnage. He has those deep reds. So I'm going to try to do this without even using my Copics. Just using this primary set that I got. Let's see. Okay, that's the first red flag. Primary, and your red looks more orange. I don't know if you can see that, but I do have color issues, so it might be red. You guys can tell me. It doesn't bleed like Copics, which is a plus, so you can get in those small crevices pretty good. Try to get that light in there. And no complaints. Not bad for $11. So you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're getting 12 markers for $11. That's a really good deal. I was scared to try these Artist Loft markers from Michael's, but I mean, if you can get them for $11, it's well worth it. I'm going to try the blue real quick. So, the numbering system. So I'm going to deduct points for, so you can see the marker. Nowhere on the marker does it show what color it is. It's one of the biggest positives with Copics. Someone who has color issues like me, I need something that's labeled. So because this isn't labeled, you know, points definitely taken off. But it happens too with another set that I purchased, the Dual Brush by Tombow. There's no color label on them, so it's hard to pick out the colors. But someone told me that Tombow's website has actual color list on there. So let's try blue. Oh, that's a really dark blue. Most Spider-Man fans know Spidey is not that dark. Well, unless it's the Sony Spider-Man. Yeah, definitely. That's a really dark blue. So that's another downside. On the front, that blue looks a lot lighter than what you're actually getting out of the marker. Prismacolor does that too, so you know, I won't take any points off of it, but if you're like me, I'm a stickler, especially when I used to do conventions. I used to need a color almost really quick because, you know, people would have to come back to the table within 20-30 minutes. So you got to get their picture done. And if you're messing around with your markers, it's really going to slow you down. And as you know, artists cannot afford assistance. Once it dries, it's not that bad. So I would put this up there with Prismacolor markers. Still a great deal for what you're getting. And like I said, the little flyer, because Michaels, you have to take a flyer up front, and you have to purchase them that way. So when you take the flyer to the front, they usually, that little flyer says made in China, so it really scared me, but the package does say made in Japan, so maybe they changed manufacturers in the middle. But so I want to show you a similar color in the Copics. So this is similar color in Copic. I'm trying to find somewhere else that might be blue on Spidey. We can go a little bit over here because Doc Ock's hair is brown, so and see what I mean? This is a darker blue, and it's showing up the same color that you would expect out of this marker, so I don't know, on a point scale, I would definitely give it a 3 out of 5. Affordability definitely brings it up a lot, especially if you're first time getting markers. You know, you got all your primary colors here, which is good, but like I said, the red is a little bit on the light side and the blue is a little bit on the dark side. So what I haven't tried is blending. So let's try to blend this lighter blue. I didn't see if they had a blender for their brand, but I'm gonna use a Copic blender. Yeah, so they blend no matter what brand you're using. So that's definitely a plus. Definitely a solid 3 out of 5, especially for your first time marker users out there. There's definitely a kit I would pick up. It was $11 with coupon, and then the girl at the register also gave me the extra 20% off. So $11, you can't beat that. I think they're